Kino Casino, Andy Worski, who tagged Billy Pac-Man and Billy Mitchell. He said, "Hey, Billy, I'm from Kino Casino. We would love to have you as a guest on sometime. Let me know what you think and how I could get a hold of you." And I was like, oh my God, if they got Billy Mitchell on Kino Casino, that would be amazing. I don't think there's any response. Look at 8-Bit Eric says, please, Billy, please. Yeah, no response from Billy yet. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because of this tweet by Billy Mitchell. And I'm not sure if you guys saw this or not yet, but this is wild. Billy Mitchell tweeted after defeating Karl Jobst. He said, I discovered them this month and watched a bit. Entertaining content for sure. And this is in reference to Kino Casino. And I was like, oh, cool, whatever. And I was like, oh, this is in response to Billy just posting a video with no comment of Karl Jobst. So it's 5 minutes long. I have not watched more than like 10 seconds of this. So I was like, all right, we'll watch this on a stream and see what it's all about. Let's check out Karl Jobst being shared by Billy Mitchell, of all people. So,
hi, Karl Jobst here, creator of ApproachHerNow.com. And if you're looking to increase your level of confidence around women and decrease the amount of anxiety you feel when you want to approach women, you've come to the right place. I have specifically created this website to help men who want more dates, relationships, and sex in their life, but just can't seem to make it happen because the act of approaching a woman is too difficult.
Hold up. Before we go any further, this is the same Karl Jobst that called me out in his apology video, and heavy quotes on that apology video. The very same Karl Jobst that made that apology video that said at the beginning of it that he said, sorry, I'm not on camera. I don't do well on camera. Seems like he does just fine on camera.
Now, we all know it. If we can just go out and approach, we're going to get a lot of success. And this is true for many reasons. And this is why it is so frustrating when we can't approach. We know that if we can just get over this one obstacle, everything is going to be okay. A lot of things are going to take care of themselves if we can just go out and try to meet a lot of women.
This is an approach as a successful dater and a successful married man. I would tell you guys, do the complete opposite of this. Don't just try to date every girl and talk to every single girl you see. That's a very bad idea. You got to pick and choose. You got to say, hey, is that someone I want to actually talk to if it does progress somewhere? Kara says, please do not do this, guys. This reminds me of one of my buddies back when I was younger. We were at the mall, and him and my other buddy that was there with me, they would do competitions to see how many phone numbers they could get from girls at the mall, with the intent of not calling any of them. They would just want to get as many phone numbers as they could and just to compare how many phone numbers they got at the end of the day. This, by the way, before Google, before cell phones, this is what we did to entertain ourselves, guys, okay? Take it easy. You guys have it good. You kids out there, it's a much easier life to entertain yourselves these days. Demonic Smart says, step one, have money.
This is actually true. And if we can just get over our approach anxiety, we're going to get a lot of success and quicker than we ever have before.
Daywalker says, you'll end up talking to Alyssa. Do a quick once-over for any prison tattoos first off. It's a good, just general rule of thumb to try to avoid that kind of stuff.
If you found it difficult to approach women in the past, I can assure you it's not because there's something wrong with you. If you can't approach, it's because you don't know how. And I don't mean you don't know what to say, and I don't mean you don't know what to do. What I actually mean is that you don't understand how anxiety works, and you don't understand how to deal with it properly. I struggled with approach anxiety for 6 years. I went out to bars and clubs every weekend.
I mean, according to your apology video, Carl, you're still struggling with it. I mean, your own words.
Hoping to approach. I actually went out with the intention of approaching. I would say to myself before I went out, I am going to approach this weekend. But the thing is, I couldn't. Something was stopping me. Now, this wasn't because I didn't know what to do either. I had spent years and literally thousands of hours studying dating advice. I knew what to say and how to say it. But that didn't help me when it actually came to doing the things that I knew how to do.
I mean, far be it from me, because I'm sure there are exceptions to every rule. But how many actual successful relationships have worked out by just randomly walking up to a girl being like, nice shoes? you like you joke about it, but typically a successful dating relationship comes from more than just approaching a girl randomly and being like, hey, I like you. Want to talk more? It could work. You never know. I mean, I guess if you shoot enough shots, some are going to go in, I guess. But in my experience in the dating world, just not just me, but seeing my friends date and everyone in my life, typically there's a central point of connection where it's like through friends or through like mutual interests or hobbies. You meet at an event where you're talking about the same thing. You don't just randomly walk up to someone on the street and be like, hey, like that's very rare. And this is a very strange approach. It will always be a very strange approach.
If I was out at a club and I saw an attractive woman I wanted to approach, I would start trying to talk myself into approaching her. So I would say things like, what's the worst that could happen? Or there's plenty of fish in the sea. Or if I don't try, I'm definitely going to fail. And the thing is, all of those things didn't work.
I will give Carl credit here where it's due. And this is a while back, I think, right? This is like 10 years ago or more. He's very good at talking to the camera. Like, as cheesy and as bad as this advice is, credit where it's due. Like, there aren't many cuts, and he's talking with confidence, and he's making sense. It's fairly smooth. I gotta give him credit.
My mind wasn't in control. My body
That's just funny because it's coming from the same guy that says he doesn't do good on camera during that non-apology video.
had taken over and just was not letting me approach. Now, luckily, during these 6 years, I had broadened my horizons a little bit. I started studying things like self-development and psychology. And what I actually realized is a lot of the advice I had been hearing in the dating community about how to overcome anxiety was completely different to the advice given by psychologists on how to overcome anxiety. I started incorporating ideas from diet and exercise, and I realized one of the reasons that a lot of us can't consistently approach is very similar to the reason that a lot of us can't consistently keep up a diet. And I realized that building confidence is very similar to building muscle. And once I started using this analogy, a lot of things started becoming a lot easier. Then, after 6 years of trying to overcome my approach anxiety,
Yeah, Tiger King, the dating community. Apparently that's a thing.
I had a realization that changed everything. Now, as soon as I had this realization, success started happening quicker than it ever had.
Did anyone see the comedy and the connection between the speed dating here and the speed run videos that he does now?
I went from someone who couldn't approach at all to someone who could approach whenever I wanted. Now, this change wasn't instantaneous. I still had to do a little bit of work, but just to compare, I had more success in 1 month than I had had in 6 years of trying. And just as I had predicted, success with women came shortly after.
This, it's like, I don't know. I put myself in the shoes of a woman, and it screams insecurity if it's just a guy just trying to talk to you like a generic girl. Like there's no interest beyond, hey, I want to bang this. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like if I were a girl, that would be very kind of a turn off. Like that's all you want. That's what you see in me. That's it. It's such a weird approach.
This website contains my realizations. If you read, learn, and apply the information I'm giving you, you are going to get success quicker than you ever have. I have absolutely no doubt about that. It worked for me, and it has now worked for many men. Before you start reading,
Kira says, is Karl proclaiming himself a master or a womanizer?
I want to
Maybe both.
give you
A master of womanizing. I think that's what you mean. And yes.
one final thought. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how famous.
Guys, it does matter what you look like. It matters what you look like, how famous you are, how much money you have. A lot of these things matter. And the uglier you are, the less money you have, the less famous you are, the harder you're going to have to work to overcome those things. If you're short, that's something you're going to have to overcome, because women, like, typically the overwhelming amount of women that I've seen and talked to about this in my life typically want a taller man. That's kind of like the generic, oh, I want my man to be over 6 feet tall. I want my man to make XYZ amount of money every year, like over 6 figures. And typically there's a direct correlation between the attractiveness of the girl and her ability to land that. I mean, just being honest here. It doesn't mean you can't be successful, but my advice for successful dating, and this is going to sound a little bit counterproductive here, but work on yourself and make yourself something that the girl would want to be with. I know, crazy thought, but just try that. If you put a lot of work and investment into yourself, you might be surprised at how many girls actually would want to be around you. Free advice, by the way. I don't have a dating site. I don't have a plan that I'm selling people. It's just kind of straightforward.
Famous you are. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you have enough confidence, you can get as much success with women as you want. Now, let me say that again. If you have enough confidence, you can get as much success with women as.
Kira says, I like shorter guys personally. I mean, fair. By the way, I knew when I said that, I knew there'd be one girl that's like, I like shorter guys. I mean, overall, the general sentiment is most girls, more often than not, I think it's fair to say a girl would want a taller guy. But I landed a smoking hot, very successful girl, and I'm only 5'8.5", almost 5'9". So I'm not 6 feet. And if I can do it, guys, there's hope for everyone out there.
As you want. And the best part is, confidence is something we know how to build. If you enter in your email address on the left, I'll send you my free ebook, which tells you everything you need to know about how to overcome your approach anxiety. And if you'd like, you can speak with me directly, one-on-one, in one of our online coaching sessions. During our coaching sessions, you can speak with me from anywhere in the world, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get the results you want. To find out more information about online coaching, click on the online coaching tab above. Until then, I wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to hearing about your progress.
Free. That's a heavy quotes. Get my free book. Buy my book. I think the best part about this is the ultimate victory lap. Freaking Billy Mitchell posted this after beating him. Without comment either. Like, there's literally nothing Karl could even do about this. It's just like, this is Karl's video. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. Oh, good shit. Like, love him or hate him, Billy Mitchell is definitely definitely something, isn't he?